and welcome to Smart Investment Consultants. This is your real home for tax and business purposes. Today I want to take you through how you are going to file. For example, if you have a withholding tax and you don't have iTax receipts, then how are you going to do the filing in this year of 2026 for the last year? Again, I'm going to show you if you have a corporate tax, you don't have iTax receipts, how then are you going to file? So take step by step, and by the end of this video, you'll be able to file your tax seamlessly and also avoid mistakes that might be costly, especially these era when KRA are very serious about compliance. So once you log into iTax portal, it basically looks like this. You can first of all be able to view the number of transactions that you did in 2027. So when you're at home, this integrated dashboard here, you can select income tax here. You can put a date for last year, that is from 1st December to 1st January 2025 to 31st December 2026. And once you're able to put that, you can now be able to see this is basically the dashboard that the total sales here are 400,000. You issued a credit note of 45,000, and you had a purchases. Now, this means this person doesn't have iTax receipts because you can see the side of purchases is 0, and that means, for example, if he was deducted a withholding tax of 5%, if we file this way, KRA will be expecting this person to pay the other 5% of this money here. So, and probably this person had some expenses. The only unfortunate thing is that these expenses were not passed through iTax. So, basically, we are going just to download an Excel like how we used to do it previously. So, we are coming to returns here, and you will say file return. And for the obligation here, you can select income tax resident next. Then you're going to download this Excel here. So I'm waiting for my Excel to download. Excuse. Sorry, let me take you back a bit. Because this person who is filing also could be that this person had also an employment income or any other form of income. So instead of just downloading Excel, the best form will be right now KRA can prefill the data of your income. So instead of using this download, click here to download the Excel. Down here you can see there is somewhere written download auto-populated ITR return. So I'm going to download this kind of Excel instead of the other one, because it is pre-filled with your details. Then I'm going to open it. So my Excel is opening. So as I wait for this Excel to open, let me show you the second step that you are going to be using in this year. So you are going to come back to, if you have physical receipts, you are going to come back to KRA portal here. You are going to click on returns. At the bottom there, you can see some here written income tax returns adjustment. Then there is manual and non-eTIMS invoices. I'm gonna click at that. So once you click at that, for the period we are filing for last year, which is 2025. So you are going to click 2025, and then I'm going to click next, say okay. And then you can see download CSV for manual. or non-eTIMS expenses. So I'm going to click here to download that Excel. I'll come back to it later. So I'm hoping it's taking quite some time. Okay, let's just wait. As you wait for it, let me take you through now what is this CSV all about. So I'm going to open it here. You can see this is my downloads, and then I have my manual CSV for here. So I'm going to open it. So this is how now the Excel we are going to use it to file the non-eTIMS looks like. So let me just enlarge this cells so that you can be able to see the information that is required. So you can see, like, initially it was a requirement that if you are using non-eTIMS invoice, you have to put the supplier PIN. Nowadays, or currently, the KRA have made it an option also. I'm not gonna fill this column, so you are going to start here with the supplier name. Let's say maybe it was a matatu, you are traveling, you have the receipt, and you want to claim that transport as an expense. It also could be Uber, for example, you used. So you can say, for example, here it's Uber. Maybe the invoice number. So you're gonna have the invoices number here. Maybe this is UP/001. The invoice date. And then make sure the invoice date starts with the day. Maybe let's say it was 01. Then it goes to the month. It was in the month of January 2025. Then supplier description. Basically, this is maybe transport. And then you are going to input the amount here. Let's say I used 500. So I'm going to do or to fill this one for all my expenses that are not on eTIMS until I'm through with my expenses. So once you are through with this Excel, maybe the mistake I saw is that once you go to upload this Excel and you are told that your date doesn't look okay because it doesn't start with day, month, and then year, you are going to come here to your computer here, because basically Excel takes or auto-populates whatever your laptop or your computer dates looks like. So if it doesn't read from day, maybe it starts with the month, then it comes to the day, you are going to change your settings so that it looks okay. Then after you are through to fill all the details, remember here you can even fill the details, the tokens, could be some online subscriptions. You just input all the details here. The second thing you are going to do is that all the receipts that you have, you are going to scan them as one continuous document. If you have scanned them as one or just a single document, then you are going to compile them. You can be able to combine them into one PDF. Mostly it will be required in a PDF. And you are going to keep, and you are going to know what is the, after you have filled, what is the total amount here. Maybe let's say after I have filled everything, I realize now my costs are for that month where I'll use a dummy of 250,000 is the total cost now here. So now after I've done that, I'm going back to my Excel here. So this is how the Excel we downloaded looks like. Of course, the first one is your details, the personal details, which are already input. When now you come to the profit and loss part, now here you are going to input maybe if you are in business, then you are going to use this one, gross turnover from from your business. This could be like initially you saw when we were in the iTax, you saw the amount that we were checking. The one which here was written as sales. It is the figure you are going to input here. If, for example, you do consultancy and you do as an individual, like in this case here, and we saw that the total amount for that year, 400,000. So you are going to put the 400,000 there. The commission, it could be also be insurance, also. So you are going to put that figure there, and then you are going to click next. When you come to next is the balance sheet part. So for the balance sheet part, what you are supposed to ensure is if it's an individual, when you come to this point here, maybe this 1.1 here for the assets, the figure you put here, maybe let's say I put 1,000, will be the same figure as the proprietor's input. Show you in this, you can see proprietor's capital here in 6.1. So this will be 1,000. If at the top there I put 1,000, those figures must be equal. If it's a business, then and it's a registered company, you are going to make sure that this figure here is will be the total number of shares that are indicated in CR12, and again make sure those two figures are the same. So from there, if you come to employment income, you realize it is already out of field because we talked about auto-populated Excel. So we are not going to touch on it. So once you are sure you have filled those details there, you are going to come up to T, the computation self here. Now what you realize in T, this is what I want to show you what is different. Remember, let me just take you back a bit in the profit and loss. If you head now eTIMS receipts, you can see from here the purchases, other direct costs. You can now be able to distribute that cost here if you had the eTIMS receipts. But if you didn't have the eTIMS receipt, if you put those costs here, once you are going to upload the final Excel, it will not upload because that details or that expense is not covered in the KRA books. So what you are going to do with your manual receipts, remember the manual CSV we have prepared, you are going to come to this Excel here, and then sorry, I'm on spouse. See, so it is T, income computation self, first T here, and then other number 6. You can be able to see manual and eTIMS expense. So now the expense that I had, which was, I think we said we work with 250,000, which I've already input in the CSV, and I have scanned those receipts as one document. I'm going to input that amount here. And once you input that amount there, then you are going to just click next. Don't need to put any details on the spouse. So just come to the final computation T. So when you come to the final computation T here, now this one is being guided by all the data that you have been able to input there. And then you can click validate if the details are okay. So I'm not going to validate because we just used it as a dummy, just an advisory. This amount here, which is the tax due or refund. When it is positive, it means that this is the amount you are going to pay to KRA. When it is negative, it's the amount KRA now owes to use. When it is 0, it means then, the figure is okay, you don't have to pay anything. So once you'll be able to do that, you have prepared your Excel and you have validated, we are going to come back to this iTax here. Then you are coming to returns. We go back to income tax return adjustment, manual and non-eTIMS invoice. Once you click here, you are going to select 2025, then you're going to click next. So here you will now upload the CSV that we had prepared, and then the supporting documents. One I had said you prepared the PDF of the receipts or the invoices, and then you are going to submit. And then now you now come and again come back to returns. You go to file return, select income tax. Here you click next, and then now you are of course now going now to upload the Excel that we had prepared here. Now, point of caution is that once the amount you did input as manual and eTIMS is higher than the amount that is on CSV, it is going to automatically give you an error. It will be rejected. So you have to make sure that the amount you prepared on the CSV is slightly higher or equivalent to the amount that you are going to put as non-eTIMS in the Excel. So that is basically how you are going to do it in 2026 for the 2025 taxes. So I wish you well as you comply. Let you not be non-compliant and then KRA catch up with you, and the fine might be a bigger one. Just in case maybe you want to be assisted, our number is on the bio there. You can always consult with us, or you can even let us do this for you. So thank you and happy filing as we come to the close of the filing period.